Hello and welcome. You're watching Beyond World is One. My name is Mohammed Saleh, and let's start this broadcast by taking a quick look as to what is making headlines this hour. The American President Donald Trump declares that the airspace above and surrounding Venezuela is now closed in its entirety. His social media post comes amidst the ongoing US military buildup in the Caribbean. And Ukraine put out a video purportedly showing its naval drones attacking two oil tankers in the Black Sea. The tankers are allegedly a part of Russia's Shadow Fleet, which transports the sanctioned Russian oil. And Gaza's health ministry said that the death toll of the Palestinians has now crossed the 70,000 mark since the Israeli onslaught began on the Palestinian territory 2 years ago. Now, this milestone comes as the fragile US-brokered ceasefire barely holds, with Israel having repeatedly violated the ceasefire at least about 300 times. And India says that the rescue and relief efforts in Sri Lanka are in full swing as New Delhi conducts Operation Sagar Bandhu to assist Colombo. Sri Lanka has declared a state of emergency as Cyclone Ditwa has killed at least about 150 people.
Wading through waist-deep mud and thousands of tons of fallen trees and other debris, rescuers struggle to search for survivors of the floods and to remove the dead. Where possible, earth movers help with the grim task of recovery. In other areas, flooded roads have prevented access by heavy equipment, and soldiers, police and locals have to make do with spades and bare hands.
There is no one prepared of this kind of disaster. But for sure, our dependency on the telecommunication system and the electricity system has created a problem in which nobody prepared then when electricity cut off.
The deluge caused rivers to burst their banks, creating devastating flash floods and landslides, which tore through mountainside villages, sweeping people away and submerging thousands of houses and buildings. Some are lucky, like this man found clinging to a tree in the fast-flowing floodwaters caused by this, the latest extreme weather event to hit the region. In Thailand too, dramatic rescues are underway. The government there says flooding caused by more torrential rain has affected over 1 million households and almost 4 million people.
I'm beyond stressed. Now, I want the government to provide as much assistance as possible because everyone is completely destitute. There's nothing left. Each person only what they're wearing. This outfit is all I have left.
Scores of deaths have already been reported. In Sri Lanka, almost 80,000 people have been moved to relief centres as a state of emergency has been declared following Cyclone Ditwa. The Indian Air Force working alongside their Sri Lankan counterparts to rescue trapped villagers and provide aid. For 4 days, Cyclone Senya brought over 200 millimetres of rain a day to parts of Indonesia, where normally there would be 150 millimetres a month. And there's more heavy rain to come. With such catastrophic damage to infrastructure, rescue and relief efforts are stretched to their limits and beyond. And as the death toll rises, the digging, the searching and the despair goes on. Fraser Maud, Sky News.
And I know it's really important to be Take it slow out there today. Take it slow. Well, the snow is blamed for this pileup in Indiana. Indiana State Police say 45 cars were involved. It happened around 11:30 along I-70 outside of Terre Haute. Fortunately, there are no injuries. The road just reopened a little over an hour ago.
Due to ongoing cyclone situation, a total number of 179,868 families have been affected, impacting 646,567 individuals across the country. Tragically, 132 deaths have been reported, while 176 persons are still missing.
With the help of people, volunteers, we are collecting dry rations and other supplementary items to be distributed among affected people. Now there are about more than 200,000 people affected due to floods.
Now, every disaster, we get together and the immediate step is to feed them. So we feed at least each meal over 2,500 meals we are serving. So the affected families are over 5,000, but still we feed according to the capacity that we have.
जब भी किसी वॉल्केनो में इरप्शन होता है तो उससे निकलने वाला वॉल्केनिक ऐश आसमान में 30 किलोमीटर से भी हाई और डिस्टेंस में लगभग 10,000 किलोमीटर से भी ज्यादा की दूरी ट्रैवल कर सकता है। सो भारत से लगभग 4,000 किलोमीटर दूर इथोपिया के हाईली गुब्बू में जो वॉल्केनिक इरप्शन हुआ है वो भी 13 किलोमीटर की हाइट पर पहुंचकर 100 से 120 किलोमीटर पर आवर की स्पीड से यमन और ओमान को पार करते हुए गुजरात के वेस्टर्न साइड से भारत में एंटर कर रहा है। फिर यहां से राजस्थान, नॉर्थ वेस्ट महाराष्ट्र, दिल्ली जहां ऑलरेडी इतना पोल्यूशन है और यहां से आगे हरियाणा और पंजाब होते हुए नॉर्दर्न पाकिस्तान और वहां से चाइना में एंटर करें।
Let's start with the big story that we're tracking and beyond at this hour. Tensions between the United States and Venezuela are increasing by the hour. The American President Donald Trump has issued a new warning to Caracas. In his post on Truth Social, Donald Trump has now said that the airspace above and near Venezuela should be considered shut amidst an escalating standoff with the leftist leader Nicolas Maduro. Now, Trump wrote on his social media platform Truth Social, and I quote him here, "All airlines, pilots, drug dealers and human traffickers, please consider the airspace above and surrounding Venezuela to be closed in its entirety." And this was a flight tracker view of the airspace over Venezuela after Donald Trump's post. Barely any planes dared to venture over the Venezuelan airspace. Now, the skies are effectively empty, especially when compared to neighboring Colombia. Just last week, the United States had warned major airlines of a potentially hazardous situation if they were to fly over Venezuela. And this had led to 6 major international airlines cancelling their flights to the country and Venezuela had retaliated by revoking the operating rights of those 6 airlines. But despite that, the skies over Venezuela remained relatively empty even before Trump's latest warning. The American President Donald Trump has reportedly spoken over the phone with his Venezuelan counterpart Nicolas Maduro. The two leaders discussed a possible meeting in the United States. And according to the New York Times, the Secretary of State Marco Rubio was also on the line during the conversation. Now, all this comes as the Trump administration is piling on pressure on Venezuela with a major military deployment in the Caribbean that includes the world's largest aircraft carrier. Washington insists that the military build-up is part of its campaign against drug trafficking, but Caracas has said that the true objective is actually regime change. On Friday, personnel unloaded equipment from multiple aircraft at the former Roosevelt Roads Naval Base in Puerto Rico. This included the CH-53 Super Stallion helicopters parked alongside 2 MV-22 Ospreys. An Air Force AC-130 gunship also touched down at the facility, which has become a key hub for regional operations. The 6 AV-8B Harrier II jets also landed at the naval base, another signal of Washington's growing military posturing near Venezuela. Now, earlier in the week, President Trump's top military advisor Dan Kane also visited Puerto Rico and met with the troops stationed on the island and on board a naval warship. Beneath the waves of the Baltic Sea, Europe is preparing for a new era of underwater security. Engineers in northern Germany are testing a next-generation autonomous drone that is designed to protect critical undersea infrastructure from power lines to internet cables. Take a look at this report.
Along the coastlines of northern Germany, a new autonomous drone is being tested to monitor and map underwater landscapes. With so many transcontinental cables securing communication lines around the world, it's become vital to secure undersea infrastructure. At the port of Damp on the Baltic Sea, engineers have been putting the Grey Shark through its paces. This sleek torpedo-length craft is an autonomous underwater vehicle, an AUV, built to patrol and protect critical undersea assets across the Baltic Sea.
Grey Shark is an autonomous underwater vehicle designed not just to explore but to protect our oceans, our infrastructure and our lives.
The Baltic Sea has recently experienced damage to undersea power cables, telecom lines and gas pipelines. This makes the underwater domain a highly strategic and vulnerable frontier for European nations. The Grey Shark is engineered to patrol this environment. According to its manufacturer, EuroAtlas, it's the fastest AUV in its class, capable of operating at a speed of 18 km per hour and covering a distance of up to 1,100 nautical miles.
The main differentiator to other systems is endurance, and this is only possible by using this unique fuel cell propulsion system on board. It's unique, it's the first time that such a system is used on an AUV so far. And in addition to that, the swarm capability with the onboard AI that can manage all the data, all the collected data, and help to make real-time decisions. And this is also very unique.
Beyond monitoring infrastructure, the Grey Shark is also equipped for defense operations, including mine countermeasures and anti-submarine warfare. The Grey Shark can travel for long distances, using navigation to monitor pipelines, cables and coastal territories. Its design is inspired from nature. The vehicle's body is based on the highly efficient, streamlined shape of a penguin. This bionic form is optimized for stability, low drag, and maximum efficiency in the water. To enable these long endurance missions, engineers have developed a hydrogen fuel cell system. This technology drives the vehicle across extended distances without requiring it to surface. this capability is essential for Grey Shark. Traditional batteries cannot deliver the range and durability required for such advanced, long-term, AI-equipped missions.
Ukraine has claimed responsibility for the attacks on 2 oil tankers in the Black Sea. A Ukrainian security source spoke to the news agency AFP and confirmed that Ukraine carried out the attacks. Reports say that the tankers were covertly transporting the sanctioned Russian oil. Ukraine's security service released footage showing the attack via sea drones. And earlier, 2 oil tankers, both part of what the analysts call Russia's shadow fleet, were rocked by explosions near Turkey's Bosphorus Strait. The shipping agency Tribeca first reported the incident. It said that the Gambian-flagged tanker Kairos had suffered an explosion and a fire in its engine room, about 83 kilometers north of Bosphorus. The ship was travelling in ballast when it issued a distress call, and Turkey's Maritime Affairs Directorate later said that the Kairos reported an external impact before the fire broke out, and this was that it was headed towards Russia's Novorossiysk port. The images posted by the Turkish authorities showed dark smoke rising from the bow, and 2 fast rescue boats, a tug and also an emergency response vessel were immediately dispatched. And according to Turkey's transport ministry, all 25 crew members have been safely evacuated. No sea pollution has been detected so far either. A second Gambian-flagged tanker named the Virat also reported being struck roughly 35 nautical miles further east. Now, heavy smoke was detected on the engine room, but all 20 crew members are said to be in good condition. Both tankers are now under Western sanctions for transporting Russian oil, despite the embargoes that have been imposed after Moscow's 2022 invasion of Ukraine. And according to the shipping officials, shipping traffic through the busy Bosphorus Strait has continued uninterrupted despite the explosions.
Hello and welcome to Times XP. My name is Priti Atri, and US President Mr. Donald Trump has made a jaw-dropping announcement, and Venezuela or Iran both are taking a notice here. The stealth giants, the B-2 bomber. Trump revealed that the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber made by Northrop Grumman, they were used in strikes on Iran's nuclear sites earlier this year. Now those beautiful B-2 bombers, they totally obliterated Iran's nuclear potential. Totally invisible, totally incredible. Now here's the twist. More bombers, more pressure. Yes, that's the kicker. Trump announced that the United States has dropped an order of a lot of more B-2 bombers worth billions of dollars. This isn't just an upgrade, by the way. It's a direct warning to Venezuela and Iran. The US now has even more invisible power to strike anywhere, anytime. But why should Iran and Venezuela be worried about it? First, let's talk about Venezuela here. So US warships are already docked in Venezuelan water, and they are keeping a close eye on every single move by Maduro. Here, Trump has also said that the waters are all set. It is time to invade Venezuela via ground. So, is Donald Trump going to directly attack Venezuela by these beautiful B-2 bombers? Now, the second country. Why Iran? So the answer is B-2 bombers are really invisible to the radar. They can carry nuclear and conventional weapons deep into the enemy's territory. Now with more bombers, America can strike Iran's critical targets faster and more efficiently than ever. Trump made it very clear that we are making America's military stronger than ever. And yes, Iran should take a notice here. Basically, it's sending global shockwaves. The announcement has sent shockwaves through Tehran, the Middle East, Venezuela, Latin America. In fact, analysts warn that this move is a clear show of force, signaling that the US is all ready to escalate if needed. In the end, Trump has supercharged America's stealth bomber fleet, sending a powerful invisible threat to Iran, Venezuela, Latin America, and all the rival nations. Here's an urgent warning, and that too from inside America's nuclear command. Basically, a secret memo, a sudden alert, and a warning that has shaken entire Washington's most sensitive agency. You're watching Times XP. I am Dhriti Attri, and inside the National Nuclear Security Administration, the NNSA, America's top nuclear chief, Brandon M. Williams, has sent out a message that feels like a political earthquake. Do not leak classified information. Not a reminder here, not a gentle note, but an urgent, high-stress, red flag warning. Something is happening behind closed doors and every single person knows about it. You know why this panic? Why now? Because the United States is all of a sudden talking about something the world hoped to never see again. A nuclear weapons testing. Yes, after 33 years, Donald Trump wants to restart it. The president, he has reportedly ordered preparations to bring America's nuclear tests back to life. A move that could reshape the global power. A move that could trigger panic from Moscow to Beijing. Basically a move that could start a new nuclear race. And inside those nuclear labs, fear is spreading. Scientists, analysts, security teams, everybody inside America's nuclear complex is on high alert. Why? Because nuclear testing is the most sensitive, secretive, most guarded, most politically explosive activity the US can undertake. And if even a whisper leaks out early, the consequences would be global. Basically, Trump's message, it is loud, it is clear. For weeks, Washington has been fighting over nuclear policy. Should America modernize? Should it test again? Should it show force to its rivals? But now, the debate, it may be over. The White House wants the tests back, and Trump is pushing the accelerator here. In fact, the world is reacting differently. They are shocked, confused, fear. Here, experts warn that this could A. break old treaties, B. trigger retaliatory tests, C. inspire new countries to chase nuclear weapons, and D. push the entire world into a new Cold War. America's allies are nervous, its rivals are watching, and its own nuclear chief is begging employees to stay silent. Can you picture the scene here? A room full of nuclear scientists staring at their monitors, phones locked away, security cameras blinking red, encrypted doors shutting, basically a memo on the table. No leak, not now. Outside, Washington buzzes with rumors. Inside, the future of nuclear warfare is being shaped. So here's the final question, ladies and gentlemen. Is this just posturing? A warning shot to America's enemies? Or is the US truly preparing to bring back one of its most dangerous chapters of world history?